Hello, I'm Megan Cogswell, and I'm going to be your child's brief survey of calculus teacher this year. This is my 15th year teaching. I taught 3 years at Creekside and then made the transition over here to the high school, and I've been here ever since, and I absolutely love it. I get to teach calculus. I also teach AP Calc AB as well, so I get to do lots of calculus, and I absolutely love this course, and I'll explain what it is because it has kind of a weird name. So when people ask me about this course, I just describe it as business calculus. So your student is going to learn calculus through business concepts. AP Calc AB is the Calc 1 in college. That's the physics-based calculus, whereas your student is just going to learn it in a slightly different way. And I oftentimes will use the way students learn calculus in this course. I'll use that because I also teach AP Calc AB. I'll use some of those ways of how it's applied in the real world to help them better understand the concepts as well. So if you open your child's textbook, it's all word problems. And the students at first, it takes a little adjusting, but then they end up really liking it. And whenever I teach a new concept, it's either here's the concept, but here's immediately how it's applied in the business world, or we'll use a business concept to help introduce a calculus concept. So it's a really cool course. Now, this course is M119 at IU, and students can take this for ACP credit. So all students are going to get a Carmel grade, but they can choose to sign up to also get 3 credit hours at IU. And usually we have about 90% of students sign up for that ACP credit. But if you have any questions, please let me know. And we've talked thoroughly about this in class and the benefits if they should take it or not for IU credit. And then one of my number one priorities with this course throughout the year is to make sure they're very prepared to take Calc 1 in college, because many students do go on to take Calc 1 when they get there. So this course will at least give them a very good foundation, so hopefully they're very successful when they get to college. And then student expectations, I remind them, this is calculus. You have to practice the concepts. And especially with this weird course at first being different types of problems they're not used to with the formatting. So I'm highly encouraging them to make sure they stay up on their homework and to come see me if they need help. And then I'll talk about grading here in a minute. Okay, so we're going to use Canvas, obviously, and then I also have a YouTube channel I want to show you. So our Canvas course, this is what our Canvas course looks like. So here's the home page. I went ahead on the home page. I put in green our upcoming assessments. So they have a quiz this week, their first little quiz. I think it's good for them to adjust, know what I expect on the assessments. So their first little quiz, and then I have their deadlines. So a lot of colleges are now requiring students to submit some type of online work before the next lecture. So I think it's very good for them to practice that. So we're going to have web work. Those are IU type problems, and then check your understandings for each section. So ideally, I want them to do their homework from the textbook, then try at least one attempt of this check your understanding before they come into the next class so they can ask questions. But they get a couple attempts at this check your understanding. And I started that when COVID hit, and I've only gotten positive feedback from those check your understanding. So that's something students have really appreciated to help them just see if they understand. And then if you scroll down, here's some information about signing up for that IU credit, and we'll talk about that in class as well. Now, if you click on the learning modules, this is what will pop up. So the very first module is what we're doing right now. So in class, you can click on the daily agenda to see exactly what we do in class, and then what they need to do before the next class. And then the chapter 1 page has the current syllabus, textbook solutions, completed notes, and worksheet solutions. But please let me know if you have any questions about Canvas. Now, I also have a YouTube channel. Here's what this looks like. And here's my Calc survey videos. I've made a video for every single lesson where I talk through the completed notes. And this is nice because if a student is absent, or even if a student just wants to hear me explain that one concept one more time, they have access to that. So, all right. And then they are supposed to have a graphing calculator for this course. So an Inspire CX, this is the one we'll be using in class. But if they have an 84 that they inherited from a sibling, or if they bought an 84, that is perfectly fine too. Okay. All right, let's go to the next page. There we go. So grading, how we'll grade in here, and there is one other Calc Survey teacher, and her and I do exactly the same thing, and we use a lot of very common assessments. But 15% is their practice, so that's the homework, the Canvas assignments, those are your check for understandings, and any in-class assignments we do. On occasion, we'll do in-class worksheets or maybe a homework check type deal. And then 85% are their quizzes and tests. Now, the final exam is going to fall into this 85% category. Then the final exam first semester in this course is IU's midterm, and they'll send that to me a couple weeks before we give the midterm, and that will be their first semester final exam, but it will fall into this quizzes and tests category. And then second semester, their final exam will be the IU's final exam that they give this semester. So and then if ever they score below a 75% on a test, they can retake it. The only thing that doesn't qualify is the final exams, that midterm and that final exam that we get from IU, that wouldn't have a retake opportunity. But all the other tests, they will have a retake opportunity if they score below a 75. And then quizzes, we're going to offer a, if they don't do very well on a quiz, we're going to have them do a couple Google Forms where they make corrections on their quiz. And then if they do better on the test, then they'll send me a message through Canvas, please replace my quiz grade with that test grade. So, and that information is in their course syllabus, but please let me know if you have any questions about that. And then lastly, please never hesitate to contact me. If you start to see your student really struggling or stressed out about calculus, please contact me. Let me know. Every class period, I always tell students, please come see me if you need help. I should be at the top of your list, but sometimes students put teachers at the bottom of the list when they're trying to get help. So I'm always going to encourage them to come in during SRT, and I think they're going to have a lot of fun in this course. But again, never hesitate if you need anything from me. Thanks.